Previously on Mega Man 6, bubbles or cannonballs? You decide. And now... Hello, Rowan Mithril here once again, getting back to the Mega Man 6 Fortress Stage Perfect runs. It's time for Skull Castle Stage 3, and this one's gonna be a bit of a thing. So, let's start this off. The first part of this stage, we have a bit of a water stage. It's full of fish and also those fans. They'll try and affect the current of the water. First they'll pull you in, then they'll spin around and blow you away. Sometimes you have to make use of it, but more often than not they're going to try and push you into death spikes, so do be cautious about that. Like, right there, that can be a little bit rough. Not too terribly bad, though. In here, you just have to be watchful of the shots from these various cannons. And the one up there, yeah, once again we need the assistance of a suit. And yeah, like you just saw there, you can hold the button to skip the transition completely. I never actually knew that. But we know what this means. Yes, it's time for the teleporter rematch room. I have my little map here to show me who's where, but I know where we're starting. We're starting with Tomahawk Man. Really, he's a good indicator of the problem with this set of Robot Masters, and that is, you really have to count on them to cooperate. So far, Tomahawk Man is cooperating. We'll see how long that lasts. The thing is, a number of the Robot Masters in this game, they like to pin you down by just kind of walking at you or doing short hops. That's what Tomahawk Man does. So far, he's been nicely cooperative, though, in doing the longer jumps. So I've got plenty of room to get away from him. But if he corners you, he just has too wide of a hitbox and you can't really get over him. Kind of annoying. And he was starting to do the short hops right at the end. So next up, we'll go after Blizzard Man. He's another one that has this about him. He'll sometimes just try and ski directly into you. If he keeps up the snowballing attack, that's fine. Blizzard attack also isn't too much to worry about. Honestly, if it weren't for the coin flip of sometimes him just skiing right into you, I'd probably have him lower in the order I take them on in. But it's still a coin flip that just gets really irritating if it goes wrong later in the run. And it's kind of the annoying thing about some of the Robot Masters in this game, is that it just relies on that coin flip. Sometimes they just decide, no, you take a hit now. But right now, Blizzard Man is being very cooperative. I just don't get what affects that. He never skied at me once that time. So the last of the ones I'm worried about for this reason would be Nightman. Sometimes he'll just decide to take off running at you. Kind of like that. I'm not quite sure what determines how far he runs. Oh, come on, use your attack. There we go. That's when you want to counterattack. If only he'd do that more frequently. Or at least just keep up with the... No, stop running at me! It is kind of irritating just how long and drawn out this fight is thanks to the shield. Having good counterattack opportunities against him, you really have to depend on him attacking, and he's apparently very jump-happy today. You can at least sneak in the occasional shot while he's jumping. Trick him into landing on your shots or hit him from behind, that sort of thing. For a guy in big clunky armor, he can be kind of super mobile. Stop that. See, I just don't get what determines how far he runs. It's like sometimes, due to his running, you could get away with jumping over him, but other times he stops short, so I just don't get that. But at least we're done with the ones that can do that. Next, we get to the Robot Masters that are kind of tricky for the right reasons. And we start with Yamato Man. This is a reaction battle, and it's the kind of fight I like. Honestly, it was the one that I was expecting to be the trickiest. But I've had to fight him so many times now, I've gotten pretty used to him. Always the key thing is keeping an eye on how many times he uses a certain attack. His jump attack or his ground-based attack. Either one, he can only use it up to twice in a row, so if you see it twice, you know to get ready for the other one. So there is a method to his madness. It can still be a little nerve-wracking with how spread out the attacks are, but at least it feels more manageable. And there we go. Okay, next on the hit list, Flame Man. I've been hearing reports that there are areas that you can line yourself up on, paying attention to the background and such, that'll always keep you safe. I need to do more research on that. As it stands right now, I just kind of err on trying to be about half a screen away from him, maybe a little bit more, to give me time to react to the fire pillars. It works well enough. The more you fight him, the more you get a good feel for it. Basically, you just don't want to panic, so that you don't react to the wrong attack. But it's another of those battles that it's a reaction battle. It doesn't feel cheap. And I like that. So with that, now we get to the three that I'm not too worried about. First we'll deal with Centaur Man, just because sometimes his hitbox can be a little troublesome to get over. And we can point out something kind of silly I've noticed, assuming he teleports. There we go. If you keep firing, he never seems to set off Centaur Flash, which is kind of weird. It's like you can completely stop him from doing that. In the original run, I didn't know about that. But even in the original run, fighting him this way, Centaur Flash never kept me frozen long enough to where it was really a problem. Alright, with him down, I think we're good. Next up, Windman. The main thing with Windman is sometimes the game's kind of sticky controls can get in the way. If you really need to jump but you're caught in a slide or what have you. But overall, he's not terribly bad. As he refuses to use the weapon he gives you. That still strikes me as very odd. I suppose technically there are a few other Robot Masters that's semi-true of. I mean, Heatman doesn't exactly use atomic fire against you. But still, it feels the most noticeable with Windman. So yeah, that one's not too bad. And now, Plantman. Plantman will try to corner you, but overall he's still very easy to deal with. Basically, just don't panic. If you get him to land far enough away from you, you can get 2 hits per pass, basically. I've had times where it's felt like maybe I could get 3, but I never quite pull it off. Basically, you just have to kind of get a feel for how far he's going to move, how much time you have, that sort of thing. If you feel he's too close like this, just be ready to jump over him. He is a shield user, of course, so it is a somewhat drawn-out fight, but it's not that bad. You have plenty of opportunity to dodge him. Basically, just don't get complacent and don't panic. Stay calm and this guy isn't so bad. That actually was a little bit close. But there we go. And so with all the Robot Masters done, another teleporter appears. And so now, we must face the terror that is the map screen. Yep, we're done. I won't complain, though. I'm just glad to be done with that set of Robot Masters, because so much of the difficulty was there for the wrong reasons. But anyway, this is where we're going to pick things up next time. For now, though, outtakes. Enjoy! If they want to be cooperative, it isn't so bad. Stop doing the short hops, please. Ow. Bugger. You are a pest. Sometimes they like to just corner you with no way out, kind of like that. Yeah. So next up we're going to deal with Blizzard Man. There's a bit of that coin flip mentality to him, too. Stop skiing at me. If he keeps closing in on me like that, there's not really anywhere I can go. I can kind of dodge the bowling attack this way. But then, getting around everything else, and he can keep coming at me. Nowhere you can really go at that point. And already he's being a bit troublesome about that. Oh, I let myself get trapped there. Yeah, nowhere I could really go. So out of this set, Tomahawk Man is kind of a pain. You wasted no time. So long as he's jumping or attacking, generally we're okay. If he does that, though, that kind of made me panic. The question is, how long will he keep that up? That was just clumsy on my part. I can only blame myself there. It largely depends on how cooperative Tomahawk Man is feeling. Panicked. Nope, stop! Yeah, pinned me in, nowhere I could go! You pest! If he does a bunch of those in a row, and sometimes he can, there's not really anything you can do, and I panicked there. Bugger! Generally, if you feel closed in, it's safer to jump when he's about to attack. Didn't quite clear that. Bugger! Oh dear, I'm pinned in. It's a wonderful day for skiing. Jump the gun, or the tomahawk. A little too fast there. Dealing with him, it really depends on how cooperative he wants to be. I was a little too far away there. And it's generally a simple enough weapon to get away from. What makes you do that? That rebound speed, man. So, Tomahawk Man is kind of a pain. Stop. Yeah, there's nothing I can do if he does that. Bugger! Really? That's how I failed the run. Really? But overall, most of it is just not panicking. And not landing on a fireball. Bugger! So, the rematch stage is, as usual, a bit of a thing. This time, though, a lot of it is aggravating in the fact that it feels like it's for the wrong reason. I give Skull Castle Stage 3 a 7 out of 10, and it's a bit of a mixed feeling. On one hand, you have Yamato Man and Flame Man, which can be tricky, but it feels like they're tricky in a fair way. It feels like they earn that rating. But then you have Tomahawk Man, Blizzard Man, and Night Man, and they're only threatening because booga booga booga, we're walking at you! And that just feels kinda silly. It's annoying that due to their fat hitboxes, you can't really do anything if they decide, nope, we want to be right here. Does this bug you? Yes, it does. It kinda goes to show how different the rematch stage can be from the one-on-one battles, though. After all, it's not like their AI changed any from the original stages, and these tactics of theirs didn't bother me nearly as much when dealing with them one-on-one in their own stages. Here, though, where I have to hope for the RNG coin to flip my way 3 times in a row, then keep my composure through another 5 battles afterwards, it's an interesting change in dynamics there, though in this particular case, it's aggravating just due to so much of it feeling like it comes down more to luck than skill. I still have that feeling of accomplishment from taking them all down in one go like this, but it feels more like it just came down to persistence, rather than actually improving against them, which is kind of a weird feeling overall. So, it's a weird 7 out of 10, but it's there nonetheless. Anyway, with that, that's the end of this one. Thank you very much for watching, I hope you enjoyed the vid, and I shall see you again in the next one. Until then, fare thee well.